King, get that shit again. Get that shit again. Get that shit again.
I don't got a shoot, I got shooters. I know I'm cooler than the cooler. I know this way you keep your alcohol. I know that I'm out the ball. All of my niggas is savages. Mean up the phone like some scavengers. I know that them fly, I got passengers. I love Jesus Christ and Bible passages. My girl so fly, she have a Merlin. She love the majesty like Merlin. And the boss like a Laker, Irvin. Should've kept it clean like this detergent. So shit, I done let the cat up out the bag. I get naked and let the dick out the sack. Let it breathe, get some air. Baby, please, I'm already there. Decadent creamery everywhere. I represent me, it's a love affair. Smelling the trees, it's a buzzing here. Carry down with the team if you weren't prepared. Hey, this is my style. I do it to get some attention. Hey, the crowd going wild, so I guess I'ma keep on spitting. Nigga, I borrowed your style, but you won't get no honorable mention. I'm rocking it better than you. I'm making retire, no pension. I just get the bread at the food. Apply sandwich bread and make it smooth. My movement gon' move, that's the move. The only option not to lose. Hey, never been scared, you ain't prepared. I ain't sorry. Your breezy clearly walked the ass over here. I ain't sorry. Mad cause you think I ran out with your beer. I ain't sorry. You're tripping cause you think I stole your career. I ain't sorry. Hey, you ain't feeling me, no apologies. I ain't sorry. Hey, sorry not sorry. Hey, I ain't sorry. I don't even feel that bad, my nigga. I ain't sorry. Give no fucks about your ass, my nigga. I ain't sorry. You got options, nigga, choose. We keep it popping like a tool.
Yo, this is Buenos Dias, broadcasting live from the planet called Earth, the bioregion of Cascadia in the city named Supportland. This is Coffee and Bonghits with Jessie. And you're gonna have to forgive me for being slightly discombobulated this morning. I usually smoke a lot more pot by the time it becomes 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But here we are. Nothing we can do about it right now except talk like this guy. All right, don't forget, everybody brought their monkey nuts, right? What do you mean? Okay, well, you at least brought your quartz crystal, right? You make a magic wand on some Harry Potter. If Harry Potter was a monkey shit. Okay, anyways, welcome to Coffee and Bonghits with Jessie. Right off the top, we need to remind everybody who makes all this shit possible. First of all, you should be watching this show on urbansurvivorman.com, because I'm not here for a long time, just a good time, and I'm going to be gone soon. Also, don't forget about our dear friends, standupandfightback.bigcartel.com. Yo, if you're looking to get merch, end your search. New shirts. Everyone will love your brand new merch. I try to get rich, had no shirts. Now I look like damn Joe Dirt. What else will I get to match my jeans? It was like, I beg your pardon, I bought this shirt from Dolly Parton. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, who else do I need to remind you guys of? Look, yo, geez, don't forget, the real mullet lives in your heart, not on your head. You don't need to be out there speaking of Joe Dirt. You don't need to be out there looking like Joe Dirt with a real mullet, even though I'm going with the Kelly Tripucka. What did you guys see what I come back with, man? Look, you can see my hair's getting longer. The sides, I'm having to actually like brush it and style it now, right? For those who can't see. Yo, I'm clean. Oh, shit, I lost my cam. Ain't that a bitch? I lost my second cam. It glitched. Ain't that a bitch? My second cam glitched. Now I'm like a pile of shit in the side of a ditch. Okay, let me remind you some other things going on. Don't forget about fake cracks. Fake cracks, bro. Are you afraid of falling in love with real cracks? Don't worry about that. Get fake cracks. They'll break. Also brought to you by Shane McLemore Toys and Custom Action Figures. Shane McLemore Toys and Custom Action Figures. Hey, do you want to make sure that your neighbor kids are never allowed to come over to your house again? Let them play with Shane McLemore Toys when they come to your house, and they will never, ever be allowed. I'm not lying. Shane makes some terrible toys, man. And look, we're throwing a couple more out there real quick before we get warmed up. I want to let you guys know if you need to step up your business, your logo, your website, your apparel. Look, you can't get merch like I got. Boom. If you don't have a good logo. So go to Tiff. Look, she's running specials right now. You can get a brand new logo for like $75. Not only that, but it support women-ran businesses. Okay, let me see. I'm almost out of shit. Yo, we added a new page to the website. It's called The Second Attic. If you don't hang out in the first attic, the second attic is not going to make any sense to you. And also, we want to throw some love out to P-Town Media Magazine. They just ran a little spot for us the other day. Portland's premier destination for urban entertainment. They're like the BET of Portland. And in Kansas City and worldwide, don't forget about the 5. We're up to 10 television channels, 24 hours a day, putting out content. I couldn't believe when Blakk said he was going to do it. And one more real quick. Don't forget, Dirty Blakk will be on here today with his brand new show, a little trailer for his brand new show called Unblocked. That's right. Yes, I made a graphic for it. Unblocked. It's about cryptocurrency and investing, but not as an investment show. It's more of like CSI. I don't know. He pitched it to me and I was too dumb to understand. I was like, dude, we can do whatever you want. And don't forget that every day at 10:35, I play an independent music video from an artist that I love. And at the end of the month, we compile all those up into a like 2-hour music video show. Okay. I think I nailed everybody. Sorry. There's a lot of people this month that were running spots for, so that way I can kick them off and sell their spots to regular people. Don't forget, we're on some F. Joe Biden today. Woke up this morning and remembered that he told Anderson Cooper that he wouldn't forgive $50,000 worth of debt, but he would give the banks $10,000 on your behalf. What a great guy. Okay, look, Texas is suffering right now from weather that Texas. You saw in yesterday's show, we had the article about the nuclear plant that has all of its devices frozen, which is like my biggest fear. Texans with nuclear power is terrifying enough, but Texans with nuclear power that froze their nuclear power, that's, like I said yesterday, that's my worst nightmare. Okay, but look, worst nightmare, opposite end of that spectrum is my dreamiest friend, Gavin Dawson, in the freaking house. Let me get rid of this second cam, G-Bo.
What's up, dude? I love that hoodie.
Right? Boom. Yo, we got the merch store set up, but the website's messed up this week. So, but normally go to urbansurvivorman.com/shop. And we got this. We got Urban Survivor Man shirts. We got the Aloha Wall Walker logo. Boom. Oh, you can't see it because of this, but if we switch to this, you can kind of see it in the middle. That's the best silhouette logo. Best silhouette logo in the game. Speaking of the best in the business, Gavin, for those who don't know who Gavin is, you must have just moved to Portland. Gavin Dawson is the people's champion from Portland. Local boy made good. And now he lives in Dallas, Fort Worth area, Texas. And works for 105.3 The Fan, right?
Yep.
The G-Bag Nation is like, Gavin's like a world-class journalist. So for us getting him on the show is this is big. Shoot. Right? You're right up there. Hey, you know,
it's great to be on, dude.
Check this out, you guys. Last time I was in Texas visiting Gavin had just interviewed Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones said something on Gavin's show that made the news. The president responded to Jerry Jones's comment on national television. And I said to Gavin, I was like, bro, you are one step from the dude that the president listens to for shit. You're influencing, you're one step away. Frick Kevin Bacon.
It's really cool, to be here. It's a little bit more of a central point of a lot of the world's news than I was aware of when it comes to the oil and gas industry. I've learned a lot about that and how, DFW in Texas, but yeah, the sports world as well, man. Whenever something big is happening, whether it's Mark Cuban or Jerry Jones, it seems like they have a way of commenting about things that gets a lot of people's attention and creates headlines. And it's really cool to be, in the middle of it and be able to talk to, some of the players involved.
I forgot about Mark Cuban. Do you get to talk to Mark Cuban?
Yeah, we did a couple of months ago. He didn't like our show for a while. He was mad at us for a while because when they had Dirk, after they won the championship, they hang on to Dirk for like 9 extra years. He's like hobbling down the court and they're like, we can't rebuild because we have Dirk. So we were ticked off at them. We like championships. And then he had what's that? Championships?
Yeah. We don't know nothing about that here.
One in 2011, I guess it was cool, but I had just gotten here. So, it was kind of like I was still watching another team city win the championship. So I still don't know, Jesse, to answer your question.
You're like the Cowboys flagship reporter, right? So you go to like summer camp and you go to Oxnard to stay in the hotels with the team and you got like field access and access to the players. But have you ever met Troy Aikman?
No, I don't think I have. He was at a restaurant I was at a while. We were in Oxnard for training camp, and down at Malibu there was a restaurant called Nobu that's super famous, and Jerry Jones throws this big party for the media, right? And Troy was there having a dinner. And here's something about me, Jesse. I don't like meeting the famous people that much because I don't want to inconvenience them. I know how inconvenient it can be. He's eating dinner. My man Fish, who's like the reporter, man, he's into all the huddles and everything and calling the inside sources. He was like, come on over here, meet Troy. I'm like, man, I'm good. I like Troy. Troy's cool, but I don't want to interrupt
Deion?
Say what?
Have you ever met Deion Sanders?
Yeah, I met Deion Sanders down there at the bar. Yeah. When I first got here, they had this thing called the Fan Sports Lounge. It was a restaurant that kind of went with our radio station, and yeah, Deion was coming by to do a weekly interview with one of the guys at our station, and I happened to be there. He was super cool. He actually down here, he's a controversial figure because
he's black.
Well, that and the fact that he got involved in charter schools, and his school didn't go well. It's really hard to run a school. And down here, if you want to run a school and you got money, you can run a school. So he was running a school, and it was doing good in athletics, but it kind of blew up in his face. So, down here, Deion's a little bit controversial for being tied to that charter school thing. That is
the craziest thing to care about. I was just saying this morning to somebody, when I went to Texas, I couldn't believe how many brand new schools they have there. And the whole thing is there's new construction everywhere. There's police everywhere. You guys must have a gigantic budget. Right,
yes,
like the state budget. I've always thought that was the one thing that would stop Texas from ever legalizing cannabis, was that most of the time these states legalize it because they're over a barrel as far as generating revenue. And so cannabis is seen as this panacea that will fix all of your revenue problems. But Texas doesn't care about that. I tell everybody, Texas doesn't need the money. So why do they need the money now? Why? Okay, so you guys are like 14 degrees yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you have power at your house right now?
Yeah, we do right now. It's been off and on, maybe 2 hours on and 5 hours off, and waking up in the middle of the night freezing. It's been crazy, man. I can't imagine. I can't imagine not having any power. Like I got sick yesterday just from exhaustion and being frigid, just from shivering too much. I was like, man, I got to sit down. I had to get in a hot bath. Yeah. It was crazy, man. So, I know a lot of people are struggling. They're doing their best with community centers and stuff to keep people warm and all that. But yeah, 2 out of the last 3 nights, I probably spent more than half of it in, temperatures around 45 degrees. It's been insane. Had a generator going. It really is amazing. Something I've been thinking about is how resilient human beings had to be to live here, and how much time had to be here. But they knew stuff. They knew a lot more stuff for surviving in the elements that we do. So, we get kind of thrown into this, and I'm like, crap, where's the propane?
Those guys were in covered wagons.
Yeah.
crossing
making it happen.
the,
Start a
crossing into
fire, I
the.
guess.
So how long are you guys expected to be without power down there? And is it about to descend into chaos? I don't trust the news as it's delivered to me, so I'm a big fan of just going directly to the source, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
I think for a lot of people, it's descending into chaos already, you know, and they're having to worry about family members and stuff. It's really different because there are some pockets of Dallas Fort Worth that have had power the whole time. And you talk to some of those people and they're just like, yeah, you know, I guess I'm going to go into work and the roads suck. And for the rest of us, it's like, crap, I hope the power doesn't go out. Where can we get more propane? You know, I'm trying to find the adapter to take the big jug of propane, put it in the little things of propane so I can screw those into the portable heaters. And it's crazy, you know, it's a once in a 20-year event, but it really is going to make me think twice about how much more I need to be prepared, you know, in all the other years, you know, things like maintaining engines for a generator, having propane on hand, having water on hand, all those things, you know, today's a massive reminder, and hopefully get politically involved a little bit more to put pressure on whoever it needs to go on to make sure our grid is more dependable.
Man, I would love to see you run for office one day, Gavin. You'd be so good at it. Hey, check this out. Sarah, where's her comment? She's somewhere here. She used to listen to the Saturday show.
That's awesome. Thanks, sir.
Where is it? Yeah. I listened to Gavin when he was on Saturdays, right? The old Saturday scrub show.
Saturday, ropping the mop. Yeah, it was great.
Bro, that's like what I am right now. I'm like a scrub Saturday level. But that was cool. We used to have a lot of fun when you were at Saturday Scrub. Now you're the man. Hey, you know, we have a lot of entrepreneurs on this show. And I understand that you're not necessarily an entrepreneur, except that's not true because, and this is the last thing I'll ask you, and then I'll let you go.
Let me give you a look at the neighborhood.
You built a brand though. That's what really like locked you in. I remember the early conversations. You built a whole brand. Gavin Dawson, the People's Champ, the General, the G-Bag Nation, all those things. That's a brand. How important would you say your brand was in getting you to your success versus just being a guy named Gavin?
It's 100% the most important thing, you know. Having a thing, having a brand, giving you a niche, an easy way for consumers of content to be able to identify you and have like an idea, a feeling to vibe around. You know, one of the most important things I think is you know, building your own sort of, not infrastructure, not biodome, but it's your own environment where you create language. You create, you know, what's important to you and the people who are kind of like-minded. But on top of that, there needs to be like some overarching verbiage, you know, that people can quickly grab onto and understand. And, you know, then behind me, a logo. I think, you know, logo, verbiage, family, its own environment inside of a society. And that, you know, once you can really get that to click, and it needs a lot of passion, you know, it needs a lot of passion to go out there and hit the streets and find the recruits to make it work. But, you know, there's a magnetism to it when they see the passion and all the elements in play. And that's what I would encourage any content creator to get after, because you don't have to touch each one of your tens of thousands of viewers or listeners or readers. But what you have to do is demonstrate to them that if that was them in this listener's shoes, you would touch them the same way. And they sort of live vicariously through observing that connection between you and other consumers of your brand. And that was a big part for us. Social media, more than ever now, we live in a time, OBS, the broadcasting software that you're probably using to put this on, all of the tools are at the individual content creator's fingertips, unlike any other time before. So it's a fun time to be involved. Luckily enough, I was on a radio station, you know, so the internet and all those tools were kind of provided for me. But now more than ever, I think it's doable. And yes, building a brand, I believe, is second most important thing behind the talent.
Yeah, of course, talent is what got you from point A to point B, but it's also hard work.
look,
I'm really blessed to. I'm really blessed to have been able to be your friend for so long and watch this growth and take notes the whole time. Just take notes. You don't know how many times I tell people, you know what Gavin did? Let me explain what Gavin built, right? And I use that all the time in consultations with other people or in lectures or motivational speeches. I refer to you all the time. So tell people where they can find you, Gavin, and then I'll let you out of here, man.
At Gavin Dawson on Twitter. I'm really active this morning. I got some good tweets going on about the government, how it doesn't work for us, how it works for corporations to keep them rich, and the idea is that they'll give us money with jobs and stuff. But it's not working out. You know, our grid's stuck.
How about the guy that put out the tweet about the windmills freezing was the reason?
Yeah, unbelievable, man. And they're already getting all politically. I mean, I'll start talking about this on the show, and the first 200 responses are going to be, well, that's Joe Biden's fault and it's Trump's fault. It's like, no, it's not. You know, they're all not caring what's going to keep us safe and keep our lights turned on. All they care about is keeping the rich people rich. And it's not a government buying for the people. It's a con. And we are the pawns in the con. It's insane. You know, it used to be centuries ago that if businesses wanted to try to take over the world, they'd have to build their own army and their own ships and go take over the world. Now here in a modern Western society, the government is the business's hitman. And that's why we're all freezing our balls off here, because nobody cares what we want when it's time. But keep paying them taxes, man. Hey, I got an idea. Can we just do a GoFundMe for stuff we want? The politicians ain't going to fix it. I got $100 right now. I'll start the GoFundMe on grid upgrades here in Texas and Oregon. How about that?
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more thing. This is our question of the week. Which one of these four people do you think is the best human? Greta, Mr. T, Betty White. I don't know why people keep fucking picking Betty White, or Elon Musk. And I ask you this because Elon Musk is actually building his own space armada right now. So that's what made me think of it.
I'm going to go with Elon.
You're going with Elon Musk?
Yeah. Was that a bad choice?
No, that's a great choice. He's doing more for humanity than anybody. He's
trying to get that Dogecoin inflated so we can all get rich. Thanks, Elon.
Yeah, nice try there. Oh my gosh. That reminds me, I'm glad you brought that up. What a perfect segue. After we come back, okay, so at the bottom of the hour, it's halftime, and I play a clip from Red Panda where she flips those bowls on her head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Sorry,
yeah, right. Well, you know what the craziest thing about Red Panda is? Every time she's doing this video that we watch, her and everybody in that arena thinks it's the first time they've ever done it. Look at their faces. Look at her face. Look at that enthusiasm.
They caught him again.
They're on infinite loop, yo. They're on infinite loop. Every time I push that button, their spirits got to go back and recreate that dance every time. That locked in coordinate in time and space where we exist infinitely.
I did it. It's like the trapeze artist.
But when we come back from the bottom of the break, you know, at 10:35, I will play a music video, and that music video will be sponsored by the Meal Exchange program. That's mealexchange.com. That uses the infrastructure of existing restaurants to provide hot takeout meals to people who need it most. $5 would buy one of your complete strangers in your community a takeout meal. So go to mealexchange.com, and don't forget bingo on Thursdays. I just want to plug that in. Dirty Blakk will be here right after the hour with Rush One and their other homie to talk about Unblocked, which is a crypto CSI show, and it's one of the new shows that's going to be on urbansurvivorman.com.
Love it. I'm going to watch.
I guess you can't see it because I should have a little logo up in the corner. Damn it. Branding. I'm failing. On branding. Okay. Yeah. So you're on Twitter, Gavin, as
at Gavin Dawson. Yes, sir. GBag_nation on Instagram. I barely Instagram though. And I don't look at Facebook that often anymore.
You're huge on Twitter, man.
Yeah. I like Twitter. It's easier to ignore.
Just regular Gavin Dawson.
Yep. At Gavin Dawson. That was the first one there.
Dope. That is so dope, dude. Okay, I'm gonna let you out of here, man.
All right, bro.
Stay in touch.
I gotta run.
Hey, please hug your family for me.
Don't be a stranger. I'll see you down here soon.
Okay, I'll see you up here.
All right, bud.
Yeah, dude, going to Texas, going to Gavin's house is so dope. Going to Gavin's house is so dope. He lives in like, it's brand new, right? Like Gavin's the only person that's ever lived in his house. But he has this gigantic backyard with no neighbors. His backyard butts up against like some wildlife. He's got this giant fence that protects it all. The grass is immaculate, right? It's like golf course grass. He's got this gigantic garage. And he's got a swimming pool. But since he's such an Oregon dude, he built a jump rock on the side of his pool like it was Malala or like it was Dugan Falls. Even for real, I should have asked him. Next time he comes on, we're going to work it out so that Gavin can come on as a regular reoccurring guest. We're still, do you know we're supposed to be having guests from all over the country? I'm just overwhelmed by the sheer amount of stuff I need to do. I would like to take this opportunity to remind you before we go to the break that pretty soon I'm not going to be on your regular social media anymore. You're going to have to follow the party back to urbansurvivorman.com. That's urbansurvivorman.com. Sorry for getting stuttery. That's the noise I make when I'm producing and hosting at the same time. Hey, what about Joe Biden? Joe Biden was like, all right, look, if you elect me, Jack, I'm going to do 200 push-ups and then I'm going to give you $2,000 and let those kids out the cages and give you student loan relief. But I'll tell you this, man, I would rather give Joe Biden $2,000 of my own money just to be the president instead of Donald Trump. Like just walking around my house on a daily basis, not hearing the voice of Donald Trump at all, pretty much for like 2 weeks is like so relaxing and therapeutic. Okay, look, this is Coffee and Bong Hits. I am Jessie Sponberg. You really should be hanging out on the website. That's urbansurvivorman.com. You go there. You can look. Everybody thinks this picture is about appreciating my back skin and my nice tan, but it isn't. Look. In this photo that you're looking at right now, there's 3 giant billy goats. Oh, and that rock wall is 300 years old and came from an ancient civilization that dipped out in like 1700. And now this whole city in this picture is ruled by goats. I'm not even lying to you. There's 3 goats in that picture. If you want to go to the story and read the story about the lost city of the goats, then go to urbansurvivorman.com, the home of the dopest silhouette logo in the game. You have a lot of silhouette logos to choose from. Thanks for picking ours. Michael Jordan, we're here in a stinky ass gym, bodied up with a bunch of other sweaty dudes. I don't really care about that shit. Okay, look. Let me do one more thing. Let me drop this. Commercial from. Look, then we're coming back with this. Hey, y'all want to know the truth about cryptocurrency? It's me, Dirty Blakk. Join me and my friends right after we come back from this break for a premiere of my new show, Unlocked. Okay, well, Unblocked. I said Unlocked. Okay, we got to bang out Red Panda. Remember this, you guys. Your mind is infinite. Your brain is finite. Your brain is just like a machine, a washer, a dryer, a microwave, a damn blender. It responds to stimuli, impulse, right? But your mind is infinite. Your mind can be anywhere. So remember this. When these people in the audience of this Red Panda video cheer, they really think it's the first time they've ever done it. So now ask yourself, when you watch this on YouTube or you go to the website and watch this, ask yourself, what was it like the first time Jessie ever did that, right? Crazy, right? This is Coffee and Bong Hits. If you're listening to this in a podcast form, please go give us 5 stars. Or don't. I don't give a shit, honestly. I swear to God. I'm supposed to say that. Bam, she came back so hard. Every time I'm just like, is this going to be the time? Because look, hey, the Matrix breaks, man. That's the thing about the Matrix. People are like, oh, well, the Matrix is reliable. The Matrix is kind of reliable, but tell me you haven't seen it break before. If it breaks once, it could break again. All right. That just means it's not infallible. So one of these days, we're going to be watching that video at the bottom of the hour. And Red Panda is going to drop those damn bowls and she's going to start crying. And everybody's going to be like, what the fuck? And then people won't believe it happened. And then when they go watch the video, I'll be like, I told you, I always keep receipts. This is Coffee and Bong Hits with Jessie. Why do we call it that? Because I drink coffee and I take bong hits while I talk about important shit in a frivolous manner with cool people. Seriously, that's like the pitch. What's the show about? I fucking drink coffee. I got some better creamer, by the way. I'm rocking this wow, what's up with the light? This vanilla caramel. Y'all thought I was going to say caramel. You guys were just waiting. Oh my God, the emails that were going to come in. No, you just call it caramel. Okay, look, this is the time of the show. Tell me right now what you're smoking on because I really want to know. And if you got a good deal on it, tell me where because I'm looking. Hey, you know that feeling? Look, you got a jar of weed, right? And you just do going through your life, and you just reach in with your finger and you grab a nug, right? And it looks like this. You just pull it out, but then you don't think about it, and you just keep doing that. And then one day you dip in there, and you don't grab anything. And your finger's like a little baby earthworm or something, just looking around like, what the heck is going on? Oh man. So yeah, there is still some weed in the bottom of this, but the baby earthworm is hurting for sure. Okay, so check this out. What am I supposed to do? Oh, let me hit this. Okay, this is brought to you by. I know you're like, who's sponsoring the bong hits these days? I will tell you who's sponsoring the bong hits these days. It's still fucking anteaters. Hey kids, are you looking for an environmentally friendly yet cuddly pest remediation solution that's gonna be a treat with the whole family? Dad doesn't like pets? I bet Dad will when he eats the daddy long legs in the garage. That's right, kids. Even your sister's gonna. Yeah, freaking anteaters. All right, look, swear to God, next week, Bender Glass is going to be sponsoring that. But until then, I really do want to know what you're smoking on, though. And don't forget that the 1035 hour is brought to you by Meal Exchange with the X in the middle, mealexchange.com. They make sure that a hungry person can get a hot meal. Where's my logo, man? Damn it. Come on. Fix your shit, man. There we go. Okay. So look, here's what we're going to do. There's a new show. My man Dirty Blakk that you guys all know from Thursdays on the show, from Trunk Mob, from all of his exotic pop, everything that he's got going on. Look, he brought some friends with him today. And so once I see that they got their presentation in a row, let's just bring up Dirty first so he can explain what's going on. Yo, Woo. G.
What's happening, my brother?
Shit, did you see I made this thing for your face? Hey!
Ooh, I saw it.
You guys like smoking pot.
I love it. I love it.
You're not one-dimensional. That's what's funny. People think just because you have stickers that make you look like a cartoon character that you're not a multifaceted diamond of a person, a true gem. Oh my God, what is that behind you?
You know I try to be a jack of all trades.
Holy shit, what is that behind
you know I try to get deep. We deep dive heavy. So at all times. And can you hear me good?
Yeah, you sound great. Do you have like the NASDAQ on your wall?
Right here. This is the charts that we're going to be looking at. We got the candlesticks. We got it up. Right now I'm showing Bitcoin. I'm showing GRT. I'm also demonstrating that right now during a crash in the stock market, NASDAQ is down, S&P is down, but Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, going strong. It's a new world. It's a different day.
How are camel bucks doing? Are those still big?
You know, I think ever since Joe the Camel, he caught a bad rap with the children, and ever since then, you know, it's hard to come back when you start messing with the kids.
I remember when I was a kid, that was the flip, right? You would buy cable bucks from people that you would use them, cash them in on corduroy jackets.
Boom, the
Right?
leather jacket.
Corduroy
See,
camel jackets.
and I was gonna go leather jacket. You went corduroy right before, so we had it right there.
We sell them shits, man. That was I don't know what's better, a bull or a bear, but that was like a bear riding a bull, bro. Get those kids, man, smokers. Obviously they're smoking cigarettes, so they're stupid. First of all, right? So that's like, people that smoke cigarettes are such a rube waiting to be robbed. It's like when I went to the Kansas City wearing Crocs, swimming trunks, and an orange fanny pack, riding around on one of those rental scooters. Like, just by all this, just Kansas City, just geez, man. Like,
you're always heavy on the cigarette smokers, man. They're paying $10 a pack now. Leaving people alone, man. Let them live. They've already got enough scrutiny from the taxes.
Stupid people get mad at me a lot, bro. A lot. They're just like, let me be stupid and watch TV. I'm like, okay, man. Just when there's only 80 seats on the spaceship and I already got 75 homies, man, I'm gonna start remembering who spent all their time watching TV. Like, you'll say anything. Like, a homeless kid washes a lot of dishes the first week, right? And you're like, Billy's pretty handy around the house. You might as well let him stay. And Billy just dips stuff out. Doesn't do
couch
dishes anymore. Starts leaving dishes in his room. Fucking pees on the toilet seat. Like, why is there a pee? Lift the toilet seat up, Billy. I've been Billy before. That's how I know that. Okay, look, Al's here. Let's at least bring Al up in here. So
let's bring him in. I love it. ADM.
How we doing?
Boom. What is up?
What's up?
ADM commented, I'm excited about Unblocked. Just got him into the crypto game. I love it. I love it, brother. There's a lot of people just coming into it.
We are deep diving into the crypto.
What do you got? You got a TV behind you? I look stupid right now. Hey, let me I got these branches behind me. It makes me look unprofessional. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I got my wife walking around in the background. I don't know if that's unprofessional.
That's just fine. That's just fine. All right, I got a little something for you guys. There we go.
Oh, that looks good. I love it.
Have you know this set the record for the
that lets people know we're in the future right now. I mean, how appropriate. We got the captain in the cockpit.
I think we'll be in one of those in 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you got, Al? Yeah, you're great, man. You're great. You look good. We can hear you fine. Man, you got one of those head things like Lobot.
I know. Hopefully you hear me all right.
Yeah, you sound great. Lobot from Cloud City. Remember that dude that just had a little thing around? All right. That used to be the Bobby Brown when I was growing up, but
yeah.
Okay.
Bobby Brown have the hype one, the full mic, MC Hammer. Then you could dance. That was a game changer.
So before I ask you to tell me about the new show, I'm going to ask you to tell me why we need a show about cryptocurrency.
So first off, you start off, you said, you take coffee and you take bong hits, but you also change lives, man. And stuff like grassroots, underground radio, as well as television, and having a place and a network, you know what I'm saying, to be able to come and find raw news, to be able to come and find actual facts about, stuff from the streets, from the actual people, from the people who are living. So right now, cryptocurrency is big. Blockchain is the bigger news. And it's the news that's being kind of less spread around inside of the general public. So blockchain is an entire internet, an entire source, of just an entire new world. Kind of like what Dick Uno was saying the other day. He's like, oh, I'm not even looking at Squarespace anymore. I'm going to host my website in the blockchain.
The hell does that mean?
Exactly. So that's what we're going to start to uncover. When we first found out about it, I mean, it was absolutely mind blowing. My brother Al here, he was already in the stock market, already doing really great. I'm sure people have heard, if you haven't already caught on, the stock market is booming. People are out, they're investing, they're starting to discover all of this new, kind of unfound or underutilized potential that was inside of, kind of the rank and file. And now people have discovered it because of things like, GME, GameStop, and things like Dogecoin. And
Did
so
you call it GME?
What's up?
You called it GME?
Yep, that's the ticker right there, right? That's the that's the code language.
That's how I know you're credible. You use the acronyms.
We've been talking the talk and really walking the walk. And so that's what we're going to delve into is kind of this new side of everything. When we first got into it, we were kind of looking for investment opportunities. Then once I found out a little bit more about it, I started looking into, was this a sinister nature? Where is all this stuff coming from? Where's the technology? Where are we going with it? And in between there, we've discovered a whole bunch. So Unblocked is going to be a personal look from three individuals. One of them, Al Tarley. I'm going to let him kind of tell his background or whatnot, what he's doing for work right now, and how he gets down. Rush One. People are familiar with Rush One.
He's signed up, and then I think he wandered off to do something. I got his camera on.
Is he still in the back?
There he is. Hold on. I just seen.
He might have heard his name. He mentioned his name 3 times.
It's either a ghost or I think you might have seen him. Hold on.
He may appear. So
blam! I see somebody handsome. Either he's here or we just found a handsome burglar. We just caught him on that. Hold on. Let's boom. Blam! If you turn your camera sideways, G, you get rid of those black lines. Boom, there you go.
It's a little of each. It's a handsome robber, but that's the man right there. Rush One, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm in here taking all the loot. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. Love it. Okay. So jumping back, you're going to get to see 3 different perspectives. This is, our personal standpoint. Basically, we're looking for an inquisitive, investigative look into the journey of the blockchain world. We're covering blockchain-based avenues, including programs, currencies, web-based applications, real estate, everything in between that. And you're going to get to see our perspective as not only we already have personal investments inside of cryptocurrencies and everything like that, but also our journey into the background, the deep dives, the market, how we're interpreting where we're going to make our moves and everything like that. We don't want to be, we're not stock advisors. We're not personal investment bankers by any means. Instead, that's what makes it kind of cool is that you get to see the perspective of some guys who are already successful in their lives, heading down another venture, and then who already have accumulated a whole bunch of knowledge and wealth into this brand new infrastructure.
Hey, what do you got to say, Alex?
What's up? All right. So, my name's Al. I've been stock trading for a year and just started to get into crypto recently. Pretty successful in the stock market. Got some profits, but I'm noticing a change kind of in the economy, and we're kind of on the brink of something huge. Bitcoin has surpassed 50,000. And people are wanting to look at crypto and look at alternative forms of hedging your funds and saving your money. So, a day job is a crane operator, and we're just excited, man. We're gonna do deep dives into all these different coins. There's over 6,000 coins and counting. So it's overwhelming to say the least. Which ones are going to be the good ones and which ones are going to come out on top? But we're going to dive down and take a look.
Boom. And then we got Rush One, man. Rush One is a successful businessman. If you didn't already know, I'll let him tell a little bit about himself, what he does.
I don't know about that successful. I'm not rich yet, but I just been doing shows for years. I was an artist and everything, touring, and now I run a silk screen embroidery and do graphics and stuff. But I got onto the market probably early last year to give it a try, and I just started seeing a shift. And I actually literally just sold everything yesterday in the stock market that I had. And I'm taking that money and putting it into crypto after, talking dirty and going over everything. He just has me studying a bunch of stuff. And I had already been looking into it for the past 2 years, to be honest. but he dived even deeper and told me some other stuff that I didn't know yet, and I'm taking all my money in it. I am not playing games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I love it.
So that's pretty much where we're at right now. Is that we have already taken into investment inside of cryptocurrency. We've already got a lot of stuff rocking, and we've got a lot of information that we found out so far. I know that you're a crypto pioneer yourself, Jessie Sponberg. So you've been pretty quiet, letting us have a little bit of shine on it. But
Oh man, I'm just a visionary. So my interest is now. Remember, I'm a poor person, so don't take my advice for any kind of financial financial advice. But I would like to see crypto applied and the blockchain applied in our community. I tried to, I put together the steps to launch a coin in 2017 that would factor in bartering, business to business bartering, but would open the door to any kind of industry that you wanted to barter with, right? And everything would be set on the value of a cider. So a cider has a fluctuating value depending on what bar you go to or what restaurant you order it at, right? But between $3 and $5. So if one kudokin, that's what they're called Fight Church kudokins. If one kudokin was worth a cider, then when I ask you how much for an oil change, you'd be like, 5 ciders. Okay. How much for a haircut? 6 ciders, right? And then you start to establish this value system that organically sets itself, right? And if somebody decides that charging 10 ciders for their haircut isn't worth it, they're going to drop their ciders, right? So the market will balance itself out. In the meantime, we are literally squishing these everywhere we can and really using the power of like the entertainment community to catapult it into prominence by asking people how many guest list spots they have. Do they have underfilled? Do they have underfilled capacity at venues? Is there extra tickets to the play? Like if you throw us a couple things that we can put on our daily calendar of what events you can get into using our coin, then you get that promotion kickback right there, right? And isn't it better that you have a full capacity thing and you can use, if you tell me that it's 10 kudokins to get into your show, that's fine. That's the price you set, right? And then you get 10 people to come in and now you have 100 kudokins that you can go spend on a haircut. You can go spend on some merch or rush one maybe. You can go buy some weed from somebody that just sells it out of their house. You can go buy anything you want because we don't care what you do with that. That's none of our business. How many coins you got, how many they got, right? But then at the same time, match that with a cash coin and give the two of them 2 years to grow together while people speculate with that cash coin on what the value is. And then in 2 years, squish them together. And either your cash is going to be worth either that those tokens that you bought for $1 each are now worth the value of like 100 freaking ciders, and you bought them for $1, or those ones that you earned by bartering or cutting hair or mowing lawns or selling blow becomes cash that you can just pull back out, right? So the two are competing against each other. Now, other than being a visionary, I barely understand the mechanisms. I understand that there's transaction fees that have to be incurred when you're trading, right? And so there's a couple tiny obstacles. I'm confident that technology will overcome the small obstacles in my grander vision, and that we'll really be able to launch like this innovative coin that will only work because of our ability to micro community on a macro scale, right? Like they say that if you have a plan, if you want to change the world, you can't do it by trying to change the whole world at the same time because there's too many competing interests. And you can't do it on a country level because even within the same country, there's competing interests. And you can't do it within a state level for the same reasons, a city level. You can't A neighborhood, maybe, right? So you start it on the most macro level or the most micro level. You start it with your own posse, with your own crew, with your own people, and then you build it, and then you see it grow from grassroots, and then it gains what's called critical momentum or critical mass, right? And then it just lives on its own and grows and becomes an entity and becomes an industrial complex and feeds itself. Sorry, that was a good speech, though.
Well, so I just want to say that you brought up two really good points. One of those things is that anyone can create a coin. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about on Unblocked is what are good investments and what are bad investments, you know, and what are the ways of creation and who are the people that are behind these individual coins. And the second thing that you brought up is that, you know, things have to start off as a grassroots effort. You know, I was talking to Al yesterday about the changing of guard of how kind of things change from one technology to another and what it takes to actually get from one technology to another. And it is that grassroots approach. It is people kind of adopting the technology. And it's not until people adopt that technology that you really start to see stuff take off. So right now, we're in the early adopter phase of cryptocurrency, of blockchain, of smart contracts, of all the different stuff. And that's, you know, really what the basis of the show is investigating all of that.
You know, so to invert that pyramid, just to not leave that thought hanging without closing it, is when you have to break down change to the most micro level, then once it works, then you see it adopted by bigger and bigger municipalities, bigger and bigger structures, bigger and bigger corporations, bigger and bigger chunks of the community, right? If it works on a small level, like maybe having a street response team of mental health professionals versus the police responding, right? And then you take a program and then you're like, wow, that works in this city. Let's try it in this city. Oh, let's try it in this state. Let's try it in this country. Let's try it in this world, right? So you break it down, fix it, and then re-release it, right? That's what they do with UFOs. You gonna have any UFOs on this show? Can we get like aerial anomaly videos just to mix it up a little?
It's going to be strictly based inside of the reality that's created in the blockchain. So are there going to be UFOs? That's determined on you guys. But what we are going to discuss is if you have dreams of UFOs and you want to be able to see those things come to life, how would you go about that? How do you make suggestions to developers? How do you develop yourself? What is the blockchain? What can you use it as? You know, what JavaScripting, what different type of coding do you have to use in order to make all that stuff manifest? And then lastly, you know, what can you invest in, or what avenues can you look towards in order to be ahead of when corporations and the government take over these type of infrastructures, so that we're heavily invested and can grab some of that moolah when they go ahead and get to it, right?
Man, it sounds like a super exciting show. When is it on?
It's going to be Saturdays, every Saturday. And we're not going to start this week, but next week. Anything from you, Rush One?
No, I mean, you pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Al Tarley? My guys, we're going to be Unblocked Saturdays. And we're going to be on Coffee and Bong Hits, aren't we?
Yes. We will have reoccurring, here, let me slide myself up in here. We will be having reoccurring segments of unblocked information that will be designed to bring you guys into the everyday show and then to get you excited about the weekend show. So remember, everything is a braid, right? You take the piece, you make sure it lays over your other piece, and then you let the universe drop the one in the middle. Then you grab the one piece, flip it over the other piece, let the universe drop the one in the middle for you. Keep building, keep braiding. Hey, thanks for your time, guys. That's Rush One. That's Al. My man, Dirty, as usual, sir. You always have great ideas. Man, I will see you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, so let me switch this graphic up. I'm really excited about that show. You guys don't even know. There's a lot of cool things going on. I can't launch everything all at once. Oh, did I mention there's new merch? Did I mention there's merch? Did I mention that if you got weak merch, did I mention it's probably because you have a crappy logo? If you need a logo, remember, I already told you guys once today, but I'll tell you again because we were talking about it, right? Don't give people a problem if you're not going to give them a solution. So the problem is that you have crappy graphics. I'm telling you, my life changed when I got quality graphics. You guys think I'm kidding, but it really did. This logo that you're looking at down there, the one on my arm, boom, like that on my arm, and then the one, boom, right here. Branding. Remember the free advice that Gavin gave you? Branding. Anteaters are awesome, right? Branding. Thank you, Fenda, for that. Thank you, Ryan Bartek, for the ninja book. What? Whoa, that's how you can tell it's really a ninja book. What is going on? It's a real ninja on the cover. Holy shit. Thank you, Ryan Bartek. All right, guys, remember this. The 5 Radio XL has 10 channels now, man. 10 channels. Whatever you want, man. There's health and fitness. There's mental health. There's hip hop. There's drama. There's the People's Court. There's the Tonight Show with Bertie Mac. There's the Beat Basement. Don't forget, though, Coffee and Bong Hits is on there every morning. And Strange Game on a Volcano is on there every Thursday night. And I bet you that once I figure out all the branding for Unblocked, all right, remember, 5,000 G means that I'm ejecting. We didn't crash, we ejected. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's Thursday. That means Dirty Blakk is going to be right back in the house. Whoa, that's not the right button. That means Dirty Blakk is going to be back in the house. That's right. I'm piloting the ship for a little while tomorrow. And we're going with my new show, Unblocked. Don't miss it. It'll be great. Yeah. That was a terrible commercial. All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow for real. Don't forget, tomorrow night is Bingo XOXOXO. I hope I see you guys there. Okay. Thank you. 5,000. Goodbye.